Welcome to the Faith Snacks Podcast, bite-sized snacks to grow your faith. I am your host, Chris Adams. Thank you for joining me, and let's get into today's program.
I want to talk to you for a moment about your past. You know, there's some things in your past that you just need to forget. There's some things that's happened in your past that, you know, they were terrible things, or maybe they were good things at the time, but you just need to forget them. You know, a lot of us have iPhones. Almost everybody has a smartphone. In fact, there's a good possibility if you're listening to this, you're listening to it on a smartphone. But our smartphones have Face ID, face recognition. They have passwords to get into them. And our past is kind of like a phone. You know, if I get my phone and I pull it out, most likely with you got to put in a password. You got to use your face recognition, your thumbprint recognition, whatever it is, because, you know, you got to get into it. And if your camera breaks on your phone, the only way you got to use your password. But the problem is with that is because you've been using the Face ID and the thumb recognition, all this stuff, that you can't remember your password because you're using the Face ID, and it's been forever since you actually use your actual password. You can't get into your phone. You can't see what's on your phone. You can't look at what's there. Well, that's kind of what it is with our past. When we focus on our past, the things of our past come into our future and come into our present. They come into our present, and they're going to dictate our future. A lot of us need to stop looking at our past like we do our phone. We need to forget the password to our past. We need to stop focusing what's on the past and let it be locked away like our phone needs to be locked away sometimes. It needs to be locked away and just stop looking at it. Because the problem is with a lot of people, we focus on our past. We look at our past. We compare our past to our present. And why aren't we doing this now that we were doing this back then? Well, you're not doing this now because maybe the Lord doesn't want you to do what you did back then, because what you did back then was really bad for you. And we need to lose the password. We need to stop focusing on the past because it's in the past for a reason. If it was so great, most likely, the Lord would have it carrying on to the present and going forth into the future. But it's not, and that's why it's in the past. And that's why we need to forget about it. We need to focus on what the Word says, what the Spirit is saying. We need to go on with God. We need to live day to day, and we need to focus on what God is taking us to in the future. So I encourage you, stop focusing on the past. Forget the Face ID for the past. Forget the facial recognition for the past, and forget the password to your past, and let it stay locked away.
Thank you for joining me. If you'd like to stay in touch or get connected, you can find me online at www.chrisadams.com, and there you can find all the different social media networks I am on. Thank you for joining me again, and I will see you back here next time.